It was a quiet spring evening in Louisiana, and Robert stood looking at the starry night outside his Crew Lake house. He shifted his weight on his feet, listening to the wash-pea gravel give and move underneath his boots. The only other sound was the bullfrog's deep croaking, amplified as the sound carried across the surface of the lake. Robert's hands scratched on the material of his jeans as he moved his hands from his coveralls to his pockets. He pulled out a peppermint candy and unwrapped it, dropping the candy in his mouth without taking his eyes off the night sky. With the porch lights off, he could see the full Milky Way on a clear night like tonight, and he never missed an opportunity before bed to step out and stare at the stars. The sky connected him to his younger days, lying in the green grass of his childhood home, staring for hours into the inky abyss with his brothers after a long day working in the fields. After the war, he came home and went back to what he knew best. He comfortably owned the land around him and worked it for the last 4 decades. In that time, his children had been born and grown before moving to other parts of the country to pursue their own dreams. But everything he had ever needed in life was right here in front of him. The loud hinge of the door signaled that he was no longer alone, and he waited for his wife to join him in the drive. She came to his side and stood with him, staring into the moonlight. "You plan on coming inside before the mosquitoes carry you away?" He had probably asked him that same question 1,000 times, and as yet the mosquitoes had not removed him from the property. He stared at the moon once more before giving in to her urging, but his gaze lingered as he noticed something peculiar. There was a spot, a small smudge on the moon. The spot rippled outward. It looked like someone had thrown a rock into the pond. But it felt all wrong because it was the sky rippling, distorting the moon and stars above as they went dark and disappeared. There was a strange sensation and an overwhelming darkness all around them. In the distance, Robert heard a rumbling. He squinted forward, peering into the blackness. A blue flicker appeared at the edge of his view, like a wave, but not of water, and Robert swore that he saw the ground roll up before him. It was a wave of dirt about 3 feet in height, mixed with the blue crackle that was like lightning. Robert steadied himself, rising to one knee. It was suddenly bright, and he shielded his eyes from the light. In the sky there were 2 suns. Above them both were 3 more spheres that looked like larger moons. But instead of dull and grey, they were bright with colors of green and blue. Robert and his wife stood looking into an alien sky in their own front yard.